So what if I told you that almost everything we're taught about getting rich is just plain wrong? We're about to dive into a powerful mindset shift, a whole new way to look at financial freedom that doesn't start with your paycheck. Nope, it starts with your thinking.
Let's just get right to it with a big question. Is the way you think about money right now, the usual path of get a job, earn, spend, is that actually the very thing holding you back from real wealth? It's a serious question, and by the end of this, we're going to have a new framework to find that answer.
You see, it all boils down to a totally different view of money. There's this one fundamental choice that really separates the wealthy from, well, pretty much everyone else. And it has almost nothing to do with how much you earn and everything to do with how you think.
Okay, here it is. This is the core difference right here. On the left, you've got the common path, working for money. You're trading your time for a paycheck. But the wealth path, over on the right, that's all about making your money work for you. It's a huge shift from focusing on your salary to focusing on building systems that generate income all on their own.
So how in the world do you actually make money work for you? Well, it all starts with understanding the real building blocks of wealth. And that means you have to learn to tell the difference between two very simple but incredibly powerful concepts: assets and liabilities.
All right, first up, the most important definition you'll ever learn in finance: an asset. And forget all the complicated jargon. An asset is simply anything that puts money into your pocket. That's it. Think of it like your own personal money machine.
And on the flip side, you have a liability. A liability is anything that takes money out of your pocket. It creates expenses. The entire game of building wealth really comes down to this one simple question of cash flow. Is money moving toward you or away from you? Just look at these examples. It makes it so clear. Assets, things like stocks or an investment property, they generate income. Liabilities, like a car loan or credit card debt, they just drain your cash. But notice that last one on the right, a mortgage on your primary home. Now this is the one that trips people up. According to this super simple definition, because it takes money out of your pocket every month without putting any back in, it functions as a liability, not an asset.
So once you grasp that, it leads us to the core strategy: build your own business. Now, hold on. This doesn't mean you need to go quit your job tomorrow. It just means you need to start minding your own business by focusing your energy on building up that asset column, not just worrying about your salary.
The game plan is actually surprisingly simple. Step 1, you keep your day job. You need that income. Step 2, you use that income to start buying real assets. And step 3, you shift your main focus from just earning your next paycheck to strengthening that growing asset column. That's the loop. That's the whole game. Now that we've got the foundation, we can start to look at what you might call the weapons of the rich. These are the tools they use not just to build wealth, but to protect it and make it grow way, way faster. And it all starts with a specific kind of knowledge.
And that knowledge is financial literacy. This is the engine that drives the entire machine. I mean, you can earn a ton of money, but if you don't know how to keep it and make it grow, you'll never be truly wealthy. Financial intelligence is your single most powerful asset, period.
Okay, so here's a question that drives a lot of people nuts. How is it possible that rich people often seem to pay less in taxes, at least proportionally? It's not really about shady, illegal loopholes. It's about understanding the power of structure.
This right here is one of the biggest secrets. As an employee, your cash flow is simple. You earn, then you immediately pay tax, and then you get to spend whatever is left. The tax man gets his cut first. But with the corporation, the flow is totally different. You earn, then you spend on all your business expenses, and then you pay tax on whatever is left over. Just by changing the order of operations, the wealthy legally minimize what they have to pay. It is a total game changer.
But here's the thing. Knowing the strategy, knowing the tax code, that's only half the battle. Because more often than not, the biggest obstacle isn't the stock market or anything out there. It's the person looking back at you in the mirror. It's our own internal barriers.
And it usually comes down to two major roadblocks. First, there's the fear of losing money. I mean, this fear is so powerful, it can completely paralyze us and keep us from doing anything at all. And second, there's just plain old laziness or inertia. The comfort of doing what we've always done that stops us from putting in the work to learn and to grow.
So the goal isn't to somehow avoid all risk. That's just impossible in life. The real goal is to learn how to manage risk. It's all about educating yourself so you can turn what feels like a blind leap of faith into a calculated, confident step forward.
And really, it all comes down to this one powerful idea. Don't let the fear of losing be greater than the excitement of winning. It's a reminder to focus on the upside, manage the downside, and just refuse to let fear keep you sitting on the sidelines of your own financial life.
So after all of this, there's really only one question left to ask yourself, and it's a big one. What will be your next asset? What's that first step you're going to take, starting today, to make your money finally start working for you?